What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, I'm Vidisha. In today's video I'll be tier ranking every single science fiction slash fantasy TV shows I've ever watched. So I believe it's gonna be a pretty long one. Hopefully you find something you would want to watch, because I have watched a lot of TV shows. It seems there's 77 TV shows that I've listed for today's list, and I'm not gonna blabber much more because as I've already done. I also wanted to give a disclaimer before that I may not be looking at the camera a lot of the time in this video, because I will be looking at my screen. That is where I'll be tier ranking my shows. So yeah, let's go ahead and start. So the website that I'm using to make my tier list is called tierranking.com. I'm gonna put the link of the website in the description box below. Also, you can customize all of these lists. That's how I could put all of the shows that I have watched, and hopefully I've covered all of them, because there's 77 shows. That's a lot of shows in more or less one genre. And this is my favorite genre, so I watch a lot of, I am always in the hunt for more shows in this genre. So I have 77 books to rank, TV shows to rank. Okay, the first show that I have in my list is Supernaturals. I think I'm going to put this in fantastic. I don't want to put a lot of shows in best of best, because I want to save it for a few particular ones, which I hope I find a few of them. I'm sure I could, but even though I love Supernatural, I want to put it in fantastic instead of best of best, which is a pretty good ranking. Anyways, moving on. 12 Monkeys. I watched this on Netflix as far as I remember, but the next time I searched, it was not there in Netflix. Let me know if it's still there or not. But anyways, if it's there, you should definitely watch it, because I loved it. It's really good. I'm gonna put this one in fantastic as well. The next show is 3%. I have actually seen just one season of 3%, and I think there are 3 seasons, I'm not sure, but I really like the first season, however, I'm not going to put it in fantastic. I may find it fantastic if I watch the rest of the 2 seasons. I don't know. Let me know if anybody else have watched it, and what is your opinion on this. Also, I wanted to give a disclaimer that these rankings are according to me. I'm not saying if anybody likes a show that I put it in bleh or trash is a bad show for everyone. It was just a show that did not work for me per se. So yeah, nobody get offended, okay, if I've put one of your favorite shows in not so, not in best of best. This is just my personal opinion, and everybody has the right to have their personal opinions. So anyways, let's continue. Okay, the next show is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I have watched the first 3-4 seasons, I guess. I watched it long back, and I really liked how it started off, and then somewhere in the middle it just got a little draggy for me. So but the first few seasons were very binge worthy according to me, so I'm gonna put it in enjoyably binge worthy. The next show is Altered Carbon. I've seen just one season. I haven't seen the second season yet. I loved the first season, so I'm gonna base it on the first season alone, and I'm gonna put it in fantastic. There you go. I'm gonna put it in fantastic. Okay, there you go. Next, American Gods. I think there are a lot of fans of this show. I actually haven't read the book also, but I do want to read the book, because I believe the book will be much better than the show. I did not really enjoy the show. I think it was a little too freaking draggy for me to enjoy. Even though I love the concept of the show, and I haven't actually read any of Neil Gaiman's books, but I really like the concepts So I think the TV show kind of made it a little more draggy than the book must have been. I've heard a lot of good reviews about the book, but the show was not living up to it. So I'm going to give it bleh for me. Yeah, let's continue. Arrow. I haven't watched all the seasons. I don't even know how many seasons of Arrow are there. Should I just check how many seasons of Arrow are there? Arrow episodes list. 8 seasons! Oh my god, there are 8 seasons of Arrow. There are 8 seasons of Arrow. I think I probably must have seen 3-4 seasons that long back. But I really liked what I watched. I think I'm gonna give it a good show. Yeah. The next show, Battlestar Galactica. Oh, I actually really love this show. There are 2 prequel episodes before the show starts. I think you can just skip those 2 episodes. I actually skipped those 2 episodes. They were very long episodes, and I really wanted to jump into the whole TV show. So I read the Wikipedia page for the prequel 2 episodes, and I continued watching the show, started watching the show, and I did not expect to like it as much as I did, and I absolutely loved it. So I'm gonna put it in fantastic. I don't know what I'm gonna put in best of best. I mean, these are really good shows, and I have been recommending these shows left, right to people. So, I mean, the ones I've put in fantastic. I don't know what I'll put in best of best. Let's see. The next show, Beauty and the Beast. I think it's a CW or ABC Family show. I don't know. Whatever. But I did not like this show. I really like generally the detective shows. This is more or less kind of a detective show like Castle or Bones or something. But in those shows, either one of the characters of the pair is really freaking interesting. But in this show, I did not find either of the 2 characters interesting enough to continue watching the cases. So yeah, I'm going to put this in bleh. Also, I think I'll be finding it very hard to put something in either best of best or trash. It's just very difficult for me to call something trash. Though I have a few movies that's coming to my mind as trash. But anyways, that's for another time, I guess. The next show is Black Mirror. Now, I haven't seen every single episode of Black Mirror, but I have seen most. I must have seen 95% at least. And I have to say, even though I'm not a fan of the last season so much, I am going to give it a... I think this is going to go to... Not fantastic, sorry. This is going to go to best of best for me. Yeah, I think I should start putting something in the best of best. And this looks like the perfect show to start with. The next show is a Disney Channel show that I used to watch long back. And it's Aaron Stone. It's about a guy who is a video game champion. And it seems everything in the video game are real. So he is suited up and sent out to fight the enemies. So yeah, and they send a kid to that. I think it's enjoyably binge-worthy. I watched it long back, and I still really enjoy it. So I'm gonna say it's enjoyably binge-worthy. The next is Ruby Red. I think it's. I watched it on YouTube. I don't remember whose was it. Who are the producers and directors of it? But I think it was kind of. I think I'm gonna put it in trash. Yeah. As far as I remember, I think I did not like it. So, moving on. The next is Buffy. I love this show. I absolutely love this show. This is a very old show, so this is a very old show, but it's so well done. I mean, yeah, the characters are so well done. I think for a kids show, I think I'm gonna put it. Should I put it in fantastic or should I go to fantastic or best of best? I really almost want to put it in best of best, but I'm gonna keep it in fantastic for now. I may change it later on. Okay, moving on. Next TV show, Sabrina, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. It's a very weird show, but I enjoy it a lot every time I watch it. So I'm gonna give it enjoyably binge worthy. Okay, next is Da Vinci's Demons. This show is going fantastic. I really liked it. So yeah, up there. Up next is Dark. I think a lot of people will put this in best of best, but it was not best of best for me. I enjoyed it, but a lot of the time I was also a little cringing. So but it is a very good show in general, so I'm gonna put it in fantastic, I guess. But I know a lot of people would put it in best of best, because I asked in my stories once, give me some recommendations for TV show, and like more than 50% of the people said Dark. There were a lot of people saying Dark. Anyways, next TV show is an anime, Death Note, and I loved it. I couldn't stop talking about it when I watched it the first time, and I randomly just watched it. I mean, I did hear about the show a lot before, but I never thought of actually watching it, but I watched it randomly, and it is, I have to say, it is best of the best. Okay, moving on. Dracula. I think there are 3 episodes, as far as I remember, of Dracula. Yeah, I think there are 3 episodes, and they're pretty long episodes. And the 3rd episode was a complete trash, according to me. I'm sorry, I don't like to call anything trash, but I remember I was so pissed off, and I let go of my sleep to watch the 3rd episode, and it was I don't know what they were doing. So I am sorry, even though I absolutely loved the first 2 episodes, I have to put this in trash because the 3rd episode was super long, and it was I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in trash just because of the 3rd episode, because I want revenge. Anyways, the next show is Escape the Night. It's a semi-reality show in YouTube Premium, YouTube Red. It's basically an escape room, and there are 4 seasons, and I've watched all the 4 seasons. I binged in like 3 days all the 4 seasons, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna give it enjoyably binge worthy. It was really fun. I think you should definitely check it out. Like escape rooms are always fun to watch, and there are YouTube personalities, and a lot of the faces I already knew because I do follow a lot of YouTubers. So yeah. Up next is Freakish. It's a zombie apocalypse show where a bunch of kids are stuck in their school and they're trying to survive. So and also there are a lot of known YouTube faces in this show, like Liza Koshy, there's Nikki DeMar in the 2nd season, and there's Megan Rings. Yeah, and I really enjoyed it, so I'm gonna put it enjoyably binge worthy. Up next is Fringe. I watched Fringe long time ago, and I loved it, and I'm planning to watch it again soon. I think it's a great show. I'll have to put it in best of best. I think Fringe is amazing. Okay, up next is Ghoul, which is an Indian TV show. There are 3 episodes, I believe, and I did not like it so much. Especially the second episode, I believe. I watched it some time back, so I don't remember exactly which episode. But I believe it was the second episode which I did not like. I really liked the first episode as far as I remember. I'm not sure, but to me it was bleh. I'm not gonna call it a trash, but I'm gonna give it a bleh. Okay. Okay. Up next is Game of Thrones. I think I will put in best of best, even though the ending was not at all to my liking. So it goes up there. It goes in best of best. Next. Heroes. This is amazing. I loved Heroes. There was not a single episode of Heroes as far as I remember which I was bored of, I guess. So I may not be completely right about that, but I really loved Heroes, and I think I will put this in fantastic. I'm just not putting in best of best just because, I don't want to put a lot of shows. There are already 4 shows in best of best. Okay. The next is His Dark Materials. It's a new show. There's just 1 season in Hotstar, and I think it was a good show. I don't have much to talk about it right now. Just 1 season. The next show is House of Anubis. It's a kids show from Nickelodeon, I believe. I watched it long time back too, and it was really fun as far as I remember. So I'm gonna put it in enjoyably binge worthy. Up next, Teen Wolf. I've seen just 1 season properly, and I started the 2nd season, but I think I got distracted because of some other show. So, but I believe it was very enjoyably binge worthy, so I'm gonna put in enjoyably binge worthy. Up next, Inuyasha. This is an anime. I believe there are 4 seasons, but I've seen 2 of them, and I enjoyed it, so I'm gonna put it in enjoyably binge worthy. The next is Iron Fist. It was, I did not like it at all. So it seems I'm putting a lot of shows in trash, even though they are not actually trash shows to the core. But yeah, I'm gonna put this in trash because I was so pissed off by the main character. I just did not take him. Moving on to a show called Jinn. It's a Middle Eastern show, I guess, but it's about jinn, the supernatural jinn. And when I was making this list, I had a list of all the supernatural shows, all the sci-fi fantasy shows. For a moment, I actually forgot that I watched it. There's 1 season in Netflix, so I'm gonna say it's bleh, considering the fact that I forgot that I watched it, so I'm gonna put it in bleh. The next show is Kyle XY. It's also a kids show. I watched it long back, but I remember I really liked it. I absolutely liked it. I'm going to give this, I remember I really liked it. I'm going to give this good. I'm going to give this good. The next show is The Man in the High Castle. This is an alternate world, alternate America to be particular. It's after the war. If Hitler, instead of losing, would have won the war. So I really like the plot, and so I started watching it. I really liked the show, but at some point I stopped watching it. I don't know why. So I'm not gonna give it fantastic because of that reason. I was really enjoying it, I say, but I'm gonna put it in good because of that reason, because I don't know why I stopped watching it. I just wasn't that into it anymore. The next series is Legacies. It's a spin-off of Vampire Diaries, and it's a fun series. I haven't watched originals, by the way, but I hear originals is really good, and the IMDb rating of originals is some 8.2 or something. Anyways, Legacies is a fun little show. I will give this one Enjoyably binge-worthy. Yeah, I'm gonna give this one enjoyably binge-worthy. Up next is Legend of the Seeker. I don't remember how many seasons are there, but I remember getting really hooked in the story when I was watching. I came across it randomly. I don't remember where I watched it, and I really liked it. So I'm gonna put it in good, not even enjoyably binge-worthy. Okay, up next is Leila, which is another Indian TV show, and it's an adaptation of a book. I haven't read the book, and I didn't know there are actually great Indian fantasy books, which I have to dive in sometime. Maybe I'll make a video about it too. But yeah, I liked it. I really liked it actually when I was watching it, and there's just one season. I'm gonna give it good. It has that feel of Handmaid's Tale to it, I think. Okay, up next is Lock and Key. Is without thinking, enjoyably binge-worthy. Anyways, the next one is Lost. This is one of my favorite shows. I mean, it was so long back that Lost used to come in TV, and then I watched the whole thing. Not the whole thing. I think I've seen the first 5 seasons, and I decided to stop it before I started not liking it so much. I don't think Lost is anywhere anymore in India in any of the streaming services, so I cannot watch it again. I will definitely put Lost in best of best because it was such an old show, and it's like that show, that one amazing show, amazing characters, amazing introduction to all of the characters. I'm putting a lot of shows suddenly in best of best. Okay, anyways, moving on. Next is Lucifer. I really like Lucifer, and I am definitely waiting for the next episode, but I think it's overhyped also by people. I mean, they go crazy over it, so I understand. I really like it, but I'm not going to put it in fantastic or best of best. I think I'm going to put it in good, though I'm definitely eagerly waiting for the next season, which is coming this month itself, in August 2020, I believe. The next show is Merlin. Okay, I enjoyed Merlin a lot, so I'm gonna put it in good. I haven't seen the whole thing though. The next is a Chinese show called Moon Lovers, and I forgot the whole name. It was a long name. It's basically a girl who time travels to a past famous, historically present Chinese dynasty, and she gets into the politics of the whole thing, and it's a romance fantasy series, but I like the fact that they don't necessarily maybe end up together. So yeah, it is enjoyably binge-worthy, I'm gonna say. I think I'm gonna put this one in good, as long as you skip all the. Sometimes there are some super long scenes which I like to skip, so as long as you skip, it's good. The next is 9 Lives of Chloe King. This one is another kids show, and I really enjoyed it. So enjoyably binge-worthy. Once Upon a Time. I really like the show. I am a huge Disney person, so I like those characters, and these characters are like more real than especially the old Disney characters, because they did not give them so much of a character development, and this one did. This show did basically. So I'm gonna put this in fantastic. The next show is Outlander. I have seen one season and maybe 2 episodes of the second season, and I loved this show when I was watching it, the first season, and the last 2 seasons were too scarring for me, so I had to take a little bit of break because I went into depression when I was watching it. I think I'm gonna give it good, even though I think it has the potential of fantastic, but maybe I'm not the right person to judge it. Maybe, yeah, but it made very well be fantastic for me later on if I dare to watch it again. The next show is Ragna Rock. It's a Norwegian show, I believe. I believe it was good. No, enjoyably binge-worthy. I'm gonna put it as enjoyably binge-worthy because I think I binged this one. The next one is Roswell. This is a show. It's a romance fantasy show, kids romance fantasy show. I watched it a long back and I remember I really enjoyed it. So it's gonna be enjoyably binge-worthy for me. The next is Shadowhunters. I wanted the show to be better because I really like the Shadowhunter world. The storyline is good, but it's from the movie story, from the book itself, more or less, not exactly, but then yeah, I'm going to put it enjoyably binge-worthy. I'm not going to put it in good because I wish they had made it better. The next is Siren. It's a mermaid show. I watched a few episodes of it. I think maybe 10 episodes or something. I don't know how many episodes are there, but it was more than not able to judge. So I'm gonna put it in bleh for me. I think it just did not work for me. The next is Small Wonders. It is a super old show, and I remember the amount of joy I used to get while watching this when I was a kid. So I definitely have to put it in at least fantastic. Next is a show called Star-Crossed. It's a paranormal romance show, and it is, I don't remember, it was fun, I guess. I'm gonna put Star-Crossed in enjoyably binge-worthy. Yeah, I'm gonna put this in enjoyably binge-worthy. I don't remember much about it though, but I remember not hating it, so I'm gonna put it enjoyably binge-worthy. The next is Stranger Things. It's one of my favorite shows, so without thinking, this one goes to best of best. Up next is Supergirl. I watched the first 3 or 4 seasons of Supergirl, I think, and I really liked it, so I'm gonna say it's good. The 100. I randomly started watching this show. I think I'm gonna give this fantastic. It has the Lost vibe. I think that's how. I think I was searching for Lost and then this one came up. I'm gonna have to give it fantastic. It's not to the level of Lost for me, but I really enjoy, especially the first few seasons. I really enjoyed it. Now it's a little draggy, I'm not gonna lie, but the first few seasons were absolutely amazing. Flash. I love this show. Without thinking, I'm going to put this in fantastic. Gifted. I'm very bleh about this show, so I'm gonna put it in bleh. When I put something in bleh, that does not exactly mean I did not like watching it. It's kind of forgettable for me. The next is Good Place. I've seen the first 2 seasons, I think, and it's a fun little show. I liked it, and it's going to go to good. Up next, The Handmaid's Tale. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's definitely going to fantastic for me. The Halo. The Halo is an animated show. I think I'm gonna have to put this in good, and consider when I say good as great for this one. I really liked it, especially because I did not know about the Halo, and it's basically about 3 main characters who wake up in a strange place with no memories, and they with a chit in their pocket with the names, that's all, and they're trying to figure out what is happening around them. The next is The Island. It is a very bleh show according to me. It was a very forgettable show. I don't know, it may not be as bad if the second season comes, I guess. The next is Magicians. I think it's a good show, not necessarily binge-worthy. It's a little draggy, I think, but it is a good show. So I'm going to put this in good. The next one is The Mist. It's an adaptation of Stephen King's novel The Mist, which I haven't read. I'm going to put Mist in enjoyably binge-worthy. I guess. It's not a very good this thing, but somehow I binged it. I have come across people who said they did not like it at all. I have to kind of agree it's not the best, but I think it was enjoyably binge worthy for me because I did. The next is Order. This is also another weird ass show similar to Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, according to me. I will put Order in binge worthy. Enjoyably binge worthy. The next is The Protector. It's a Turkish show, or I don't know what show. I don't know if it's Turkish or I think it's a Turkish show. I'm not sure. I think it was Blair for me. I've seen just one season, so I may not be judging them correctly for myself too. But then yeah, I do not want to continue watching it. The next is Rain. When I was watching Rain, the first 3 seasons especially, that is what happens mostly for me for most of the TV shows. The first 3 seasons are the gem of most of the shows according to for me. I love the initial seasons of Rain, and so I'm gonna put it in fantastic. For me, okay, I love these kind of shows in general, historical fiction. Also, I really love the soundtrack of Rain. The next is Secret Circle. I watched this one long back too, and I think it was an enjoyably binge-worthy show. They never released the season 2. I was really excited when I watched it to watch season 2, and I still want to watch season 2, but then it's never coming out obviously now. The next is Shannara Chronicles. There are 2 seasons of Shannara Chronicles. I think I've seen 1.5, and I like the first season especially. So I'm going to put this as binge worthy. Oh no, I'm going to put this as good. I'm going to put this as good, especially season 1. I like season 1. The next show is Society, which I randomly watched in Netflix because I like dystopian shows. And I definitely binge watched it. So I'm going to put it in enjoyably binge worthy. The next one, again, enjoyably binge-worthy because I binged this one too. I think I started this one when the self-isolation started. The Society, the Unlisted, and I definitely binged them, so binge-worthy. The next is The Witcher, which is, oh my god, I love the female main character. I forgot her name, oh my god. Yeah, I am going to put Witcher in fantastic, especially because of her part in the story. The next is, what is this? Oh, this is just a cover. Okay. Up next is the show Timeless. I really like the concept of it, and it was amazing. I love it. It's in a way historical fiction, so they time travel basically all the important events of American history. So that sounds fun, right, to watch. So I'm going to put it in fantastic according to me because I really liked it. The next is, what is this? The Titans. I don't have anything to talk about Titans. It was a Blair show for me. Not a trash show. Definitely not a trash show, but a Blair show. The next is True Blood. I think it is a binge-worthy show, though it's at times super irritating. I think enjoyably binge-worthy will do for it. I think, yeah. The next is Vampire Diaries. I love Vampire Diaries. I am sentimentally attached to Vampire Diaries. That's why I'm going to put this in fantastic. The next is Under the Dome. It's another TV adaptation of a Stephen King novel, which I haven't read, but I did not like this. I think it was Blair. Under the Dome was definitely Blair, and again, people have told me that the book is good, so I will be definitely binge reading Stephen King books, I guess, someday. The next is Upload, which is an, I think, original show, Amazon Prime original TV show. I really liked it. I think I am going to put this in good or enjoyably binge-worthy. Enjoyably binge-worthy, okay. I'm going to put this in enjoyably binge-worthy. I really liked the essay. I really liked it. The next is Vampires. It's a French show, I believe. It's in Netflix, and I randomly clicked on it and watched it, and it's bleh for me. Up next is Westworld. I've seen the first 2 seasons, and people have been saying the 3rd season is all over the place, so I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to judge the show depending on the 3rd season, but the first 2 seasons, especially the 1st season, was fantastic, so I'm going to put it in fantastic. We are in the last show. The last show is one of my favorite Disney shows. When I was growing up, I used to watch this a lot. It's Visits of Waverly Place, just for nostalgia. And it was good, it was fun, it was definitely binge-worthy. Just because it is so nostalgic, I am going to put this in good. And it is good, it is really good. But I think if I would have watched it just now, I would have put it in enjoyably binge-worthy. But since I have memories attached to it, I'm going to put it in good. And that is all for the list. I actually put 6 on my best of best, which are Black Mirror, Death Note, Fringe, Game of Thrones, Lost, and Stranger Things. I'm not gonna say the Vampire Diaries and Westworld. Sorry. I wanted to put it. Okay, I'm gonna put Westworld in best of best for the first season, especially. Shows like Visits of Waverly Place and Vampire Diaries jumps one higher because I watched it so long back, and I have such good memories watching them. Anyways, that is all for the video. I'm not gonna make the outro too long because as it's a very long video. Before going, I wanted to remind you to subscribe to my channel and do let me know if you like these kind of videos. Yeah, that's all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a good day. Love you. Bye.